So you want to see a representative of the video game industry get absolutely wrecked, and by Jacksepticeye, no less. It is absolutely hilarious, but also it's disturbing because of what this guy here is saying. So hey there, so today you and I, we are returning to that wonderful, wonderful world of video games and that wonderful, wonderful world of internet hot takes. Now if you don't know who this person is, hey, I don't blame you on that, but we need to pay attention to something here. We need to pay attention to this backdrop because it's going to get his idea absolutely wrecked. This person too, I'm sure, after they follow up this controversy, they'll probably want to default to this. All opinions are my own. Why? Because this hot take isn't just a hot take. It's an implied threat, and it's from the creative director at SG&E Montreal Studios. And you can see all of the games that he notes right here that he's been connected to. Journey to the Savage Planet, Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed 3, Spore, Sims 2, etc., etc., etc. Now, this hot take, by the way, it isn't just a hot take. Like I said, there's the implied threat in it, and that's because this is greed personified. This person is essentially saying when you pay for a video game and you stream it, you don't really own that video game. Oh no, you should be buying licensing agreements like any real business out there. And that, like I said, is greed personified. Quote, streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they used music they didn't pay for should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it. So you didn't pay for that video game that you paid for. Why? Because you decided to showcase that video game to other people. I mean, you see the absurdity in that thought. And again, I say that's an implied threat because it comes from the land of microtransactions. If you think these people, they won't try something like this, you're in for a rude awakening. And I want to sell you a bridge too. I'm sure they'll sell you one first. But the real truth is the streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use like any real business. I like that, by the way. I mean, that, after all, is not throwing up a certain finger, and we're not talking about a thumbs up. We're not talking about pointing at you and saying, hey, guy. We're not talking about marriage proposals or drinking fancy tea. So yeah, you can imagine what finger they want to hold up with this. Now, that hot take, it begs for someone to step into the proverbial breach and own this guy, and well, Jacksepticeye is up for the task. Now, you remember that background the person had too. Yeah, this one, well, interestingly enough, there's a few things associated with that. Number one, I find this thinking extremely ironic considering you have fan art of me, a streamer, as your banner from when I played Savage Planet. Ooh, so those streamers, those people that need to pay even more money, yeah, one of them, you're pretty much hailing them because they shouted out your game. Interesting, isn't it? But hey, should have gotten more money for that. I wonder if Jack would have played that game, by the way, if this person would have told them that in advance. Then he says this also, you've even cropped out their watermark in the banner and haven't given them credit for it anywhere. Very hypocritical. Now, just to illustrate this point a little bit more, and because I think that this is absolutely hilarious, I mean, Jacksepticeye does point out the hypocrisy to this person, I thought I would put these images side by side. First here, we have the original image. You can see it in all of its glory. I think this is an awesome image, by the way. Props to the creator. Now, you can see the banner here. Now, the banner here, of course, is going to cut off some stuff. It's going to cut off a journey to thee, but also it cuts off the watermark. Now, if you're saying to yourself, well, you got to cut off things somewhere, you can go in, you can resize an image, you can give credit, you could give credit in an @ you could give credit in a multitude of ways. But the point here is talking about real businesses and treating things like real business. Well, real business, if they went out and did this, if they went out and stole somebody's image, what do you think would happen to them? Oh, they would probably get sued. And when they get sued hard freaking cold, poor. Now, there's more of this conversation, too, and we're going to look at it in just a second, but this guy, he gets wrecked. I mean, he gets wrecked repeatedly, and, well, he wants to get away from all of this controversy. The way he does that, too, it is so telling, and I think he gets obliterated while leaving the conversation as well. Why? Because he says, quote, "Anyway, gonna hop online and stream some Fall Guys. Who's up for it? Oh, you're gonna go stream out there, are you?" And as John here says, "I hope you bought that special streamer-only license to play and stream it." Yeah, I really hope that you're paying people for their hard work there, Alex. That would be hypocritical if you weren't. "I love streamers," he answers. "Yeah, I can tell. I can tell that you really love them. You really respect their arts because you know what? They're not quote-unquote real businesses. So welcome to the not real business world. Good way to handle controversy, huh?" Now, if you're still not convinced about reasoning and you're still not convinced that this is a threat, well, I want to show you two other tweets associated with this. The first here showcases that this is 100% money-driven. This is absolutely greed. Amazing to me that people are upset at someone saying that the creators of content should be allowed to make some of the money from other people using their content for profit. So, essentially, you go out, you showcase this to people after you've bought it. Oh, you owe this person even more money. That is absolutely absurd. That showcases how these folks in video games, they notice how successful this is, and they are 100% envious. They think that success, it's driven by their games. They don't understand that streaming is personality driven, and the people that are successful at it, they could play anything. They could play rock, paper, freaking scissors, and they could be successful at it. Now, that, by the way, is not meant to diminish video games in any way, shape, or form. I love playing video games, but let's be real. When you go and you interact with a streamer, it's not because you love the video game. If you just love the video game, you would play it at home or you would play it with friends. You want to see that streamer involved in something. There's just something about that you like. And yeah, these people, they don't get that. They don't get that the video game is a conduit to the audience, perhaps, but the video game, it doesn't have that much to do with it. Again, rock, paper, freaking scissors, and they can still be successful. Now, as far as threats are concerned, if you're still not sold on that, well, see how this plays out, because this, it definitely has that mafia. Yeah, I'd hate for your knees to get broken. I'd hate for your house to burn down. I'd hate for those streams to get taken down effect. So it starts out talking about Tom Holland cosplaying Nathan Drake. Those shots of Tom Holland cosplaying as Nathan Drake, they feel weird. Now, you see somebody come in and say, "Wait, did you pay Naughty Dog for saying Nathan Drake? Because, I mean, that is their name choice after all." He comes back and says, "No, but the movie company paid to use the character in their movies." And someone else, they come in, again, they're proving the point to this guy, how absurd what he's saying is. No. You use this Twitter professionally. It helps you network in the industry, and it's a factor that plays into your success and your income. The right holders for Nathan Drake are entitled to some of that income since you've used their copyright as part of your Twitter. And this, like I said, here is a threat. Not even remotely the same, but I wish you the best. May your streams gather strength and never be taken down because you broke laws you don't understand. That sounds like a wink and a nod. It sounds like a threat to me. Yeah, I hope those things don't get taken down because you broke some laws. I hope you don't get sued by any companies. This person, I would never touch any of their wares again. This, like I said, it don't just read like a threat. It reads like entitlement. It reads like greed. And these people, they need to be told, yeah, they are not entitled to what you have. Now, like I said, I thought the ownership of this, the ownage, it was beautiful. But this, it is alarming too, because you can see somebody that is telegraphing a move that may be coming to a game near you. And yeah, when it does, you need to say no way, no how, no where, no one. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. And as always, I appreciate the heck out of you being here, showing up. You make this stuff possible. Yep, you do it. A lot of these folks forget it. People like this guy do. And well, you know, I don't care for that. I don't care for that at all. It irritates me, to be honest. If you want to help out the channel too, there are links in the description. Check those out. Check out our comic book as well. And like I said, appreciate the heck out of you and hope you have a great weekend.